Hey everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things, back again with another unboxing. Surprise, surprise. I can't remember exactly what this is, but I think it is some inks that I ordered after trying out. But let's take a quick look, get through this thing. Okay, there we go. I always love how they package everything. So let's look at the invoice. Ah, yes, okay. So again, so cute how they put the little sucker in here. That's really fun. I was looking at the flavor. I think it might be strawberry. I saw on, let me see what video, YouTube channel it was. Oh my goodness, I can't think of the man's name. Inktastic or something like that, or my mind is not working today. We were out all weekend. I think I'm still tired. Anyway, he was talking about this brown ink, and that's one that I ordered. And again, these cute little inserts. I love that fish so much. There was also a bee. And recently I've received the Goulet ink spot or splatter, whatever. So those are fun. I love the stickers. They're so much fun to use to decorate my traveler's notebook covers with and things like that. It's typically how I use them, or I put them in the front pockets. I have been super happy with this brown ink. I got a sample of it. Scotch brown. Monte Verde. I don't know the right pronunciation. Whoopsie, and I just knocked my phone. Let me adjust that a little bit. There we go. And then the Noodlers ink. I also tried a sample of that. Let's see. I think this is the Heart of Darkness. Yes. Okay, so this is super cool because it also comes with a pen. And when I saw that, I thought that was really kind of a neat offer. Let me see again. Noodler's Heart of Darkness. Let's see, 5-ounce bottle with free Charlie pen. I don't know what that means, but free and pen together are an awesome thing in this new hobby. So it comes with this. The wettest broad nib. The most generous ebonite feed, the wettest broad nib. I don't know if this pen is that or if this little thing is an advertisement, but let's see. I'm guessing it is. So it says it's here. Reloadable, tough and durable, yet biodegradable. Frugal way to have a variety of portable ink. Okay, I'll have to read through that later. I don't want to keep you with that, but how cool is that? It's really kind of pretty. This looks like a deep, rich, well, in this light here, I'd say like a brownish red. I'm going to step over by my natural lighting. Yeah, I would say like a deep brownish red on some spots. Screw tip lid. So I guess I need to fill this with an eyedropper. I just saw that it came with a free pen. I was intrigued by that to try a new one. Yeah, that must be it. Isn't that fun? And it was so reasonably priced too. So these two inks, I've got to say, I really have liked writing with it. I wrote the other day with the Noodlers Heart of Darkness in my journal on kind of a regular paper. It was either MD paper or it was one of the Amazon, it was like a minimalism notebook, I think. And I'm trying to find something to write on right now to show you, but it went on so thick. And okay, actually, yeah, backtrack, that isn't this ink. I used up my Noodlers in this pen, and then I switched this over to 54th Massachusetts, and I love this. I'm going to order a bottle when it's back in stock. But the Noodlers was the same effect. It was thick, a bold line, which I'm finding in my newbie experience that I really like that. And it's also one of those inks that's more waterproof, lasting. It says here, eternal. I mean, look at this big bottle of ink. Okay, the Heart of Darkness. So here, it's in French version of that. It's kind of a cool, scary looking label. But that's just awesome. It's like this huge amount of ink. So it's got a dropper here, I guess, that I can put in that. Well, let's just go try that. But I did want to say, too, that this Monte Verde brown ink was a really nice brown. I think I tested it in here. Let me take a quick peek. Yeah, so here, medium nib with this ink worked really well. So I had that TWSBI with the medium nib, and I wasn't liking it, and I finally made the connection, which I suspected, but when I put in this ink in my TWSBI Eco medium nib, I liked the medium nib a lot. Up to that point, I have been commenting when I used it with the sepia or even the alt goldgrün, I didn't care for it as much. It felt too scratchy, but I think with my particular pen anyway, the wetter the ink, the better I liked that pen. And there's a little bit of shading in there, which I enjoy with an ink. And totally off topic, but this 54th Massachusetts, oh my goodness, I love it. It just glides on. It's so amazing. And I came across that because, this is a little side note here, but I got this new pen from my husband, and I wanted to put a special ink in it. The one that it comes with is a nice blue ink, and it goes on nice and wet. I like that. It's a really deep dark brown. I asked Goulet pens what it was. They said it just came with the pen. They didn't have that available. So I thought, well, I want to try to find an ink like the one in here, the cartridge that it came with. And then I saw some videos with Brian Goulet talking about 54th Massachusetts, and I thought, I've got to get a sample of that. I think I might like that. And then I looked in my little sample pack that I received from them a while back, and lo and behold, there was the 54th, there it is right there, Massachusetts. So I was able to try it right away. I had used up my Noodlers Heart of Darkness in this pen, so I put in my little vial of sample 54th Massachusetts, and I love how that goes on. So my plan on collecting all the clear lids is to get the blue clear lid next in a broad. That's been my favorite size in this brand, and put the 54th in that, and then keep this going as more of a variety of color inks, just kind of one that I test in because it doesn't have a color lid. And they don't have to match, but I think that's fun. So that's kind of the thing I'm doing with that, just because it gives you a little bit of variety, but makes sense to me. So maybe what we could do is try this out. I should have just left the screw off part unattached, but see, I already have the Heart of Darkness sample there. I really like that black ink. I like writing with a black gel pen generally in my journaling. I like the Pilot G210, and I think that that's a great pen for everyday stuff, but I think since I enjoy using the fountain pens that this Heart of Darkness will kind of take over. Okay, this is like really, whoops, really dark and really full. I just love that huge bottle though. That absolutely amazes me how big that is. I'm checking my invoice. It's like a 4.5 ounce bottle for, I don't remember how much, but not bad at all compared to many inks. Let's see how messy or how neatly I can do this. I'll just put a little bit in for now. So I'm not keeping you all day with this. I'm assuming I'm doing this right. This is pretty simple. I don't know why it's called the Charlie pen. I will read those little flyers later. I might actually figure out a little bit more about it. And there is an inscription on the tip, but my eyes don't see that small of print. It looks like Noodlers something on there. Noodlers Ink Co. I don't know. Anyway, let's give it a try. Let's see how we like that. Give it a minute to work its way down in there. Move that cardstock aside. It's probably not the best thing to write on. Well, so far, nothing. I'll pause this a minute and get it going, and then we'll come back. Okay, I'm back. I gave that a little shake and got a little drop going. Let's see how this little Charlie pen works. So, well, right now it feels a little scratchy. There we go. There we go. Noodlers Ink. I like this, actually. Works really well. Goes on nice and wet. Just had a minute there to work its way through the feed and a little shake, and I got it to finish coming down into the feed. I never write neatly when I'm doing these little sample things, but free pen with purchase. So yeah, it's super wet, super saturated. And I noticed with my other pen that I had the Noodlers in, the sample vial of that I used it up fairly quickly because I was using a broad, and this seems to, a broad nib, and it seems to go on in a wet, saturated manner. But this is super cool. I mean, how neat is that? And I just noticed here it says something. Yep. Noodlers Ink Co. So that was what was on the nib. Noodlers Ink Co. And this just seems to be, I looked at it a little closer, just an advertisement for another pen I think that's available. The Triple Tail or AHAP pen, and it says fills with a dropper, which is what this was doing for me. And I believe that this is all the different kinds of inks they offer, which is a ton. Back here, or down here at the bottom, it did say that there was a free, 4.5 ounce with free pens. Polar Blue, The Year of the Golden Pig, The Heart of Darkness. And then they stuck in some other, it goes on. But, you know, for the price of the ink, got this at Goulet Pens. You can check it out. I'm sorry I don't remember, and it doesn't say on the invoice what the pen price was, but whoops, I don't have that lid on tight. Not smart. Let me get that on there a little better. I mean, it's huge. So that I know I will use a ton because I'm just, for everyday journaling, often just drawn to using a black pen. And this is a super cool pen. I really like how it writes. And look at, I mean, it can hold a lot of ink. So I will finish filling this, and this will be my black pen for now. because I have blue in the other one anyway. And again, it says, let's see if I can read it. Yeah, it goes this way. Yeah, Noodlers Ink. And again, it's sort of a brownish, reddish, kind of like a deep rust color maybe. Black tip, silver clip. Super cool. I mean, that was such a great offer. Who could resist? So, and again, the Scotch brown, really nice brown, goes on wet, has some shading to it. And what I'm kind of trying to do is just get a selection of pens and inks that I really like using, so that each pen that I pick up will be a delightful experience. Instead of one I tolerate, I want it to just all be fun, because that's why I have these. So really, I have to say, so far, The Heart of Darkness by Noodlers, 54th Massachusetts, also Noodlers Ink. The Monte Verde Scotch Brown, the J. Herbin Rouge et Matite, and the Aurora Purple are all inks I'm really, really liking. They seem like they go on wet and saturated, and this Aurora Purple, not as visible there. Let me show you on, yeah, right here. I was using a little dip pen that is my daughter's here, I think, so it went on really wet, but the shading on that is super neat. And I just think that's a really pretty purple. So here are some of the favorites. And also the Lamy Tourmaline. In my Lamy, I just have the cartridges. This was one of my early purchases. I mean, like, I've been in it so long, you know, a month ago. But I wanted to try this and the TWSBI, and I've said this before, but the TWSBIs I love the look of. They seem like a good practical pen. They're not over the top expensive, and I love seeing the ink. And I thought these colors were really fun with the clear lids. I'd seen both styles oftentimes in the planner journaling world, and I thought those would be two good ones to start out with or to try. And I do feel like generally I will be content with those, not to say I won't branch out, but I was really just kind of wanting to find a comfortable niche. So this, okay, now it's probably dry. I think, okay, I'm not going to write with that because it was running out the other day. I think I need to change the cartridge. So anyway, I just wanted to say I did cartridge with this for the experience. So we have the piston filler and we have cartridge. And then now we have an eyedropper pen. So it was all about trying different kinds of filling mechanisms. Super convenient with the cartridge. That's what I got for two of my grandkids. They're pretty young. Anyway, different pen entirely, but you know, it's just easy, and you can take it with you or something, an extra cartridge, without worrying about it leaking. Anyway, so that is just a little overview so far of my pens, my favorite inks. These are among the favorites there. I think, honestly, the two that I'm not enjoying as much is the Diamine Sepia and the Rohrer and Klinger Alt Gold Grün. I love the colors. I love how they look in the samples, but they haven't written as wet as I would like them to in my pens. But the colors are beautiful. And I forgot to mention I have this Noodlers Green Marine, which is this one. It is just your basic green. Like if you took out a Crayola crayon and you have the little minimal box of crayons, it has like 8 to 10 crayons, and you had a green, that's what this is. Like the traditional Christmas green. And I very much like how it goes down on paper, but that shade of green isn't my favorite. It's nothing, I just ordered the wrong one. I think I wanted to get the army green. So It's a great ink, and I am going to put that in one of my pens eventually too. I like the wetness of how this goes down, but it's just not my favorite shade. But I definitely want to use it. It's a nice big bottle there too. But this Roaring Klinger Alt Gold Green is more my type of green. So if this went on like this, it would be in the list of top favorites. But really I don't have that many. So it's almost like, these are samples, it's almost like which one is my least favorite. I enjoy elements about them all. But anyway, forgot to mention that a few minutes ago. It's a nice wet ink too. In my very limited experience, I would say the Noodlers Inks are ones that I have been most satisfied with because they suit the kind of writing that I like to see, and then the feel of the wetness of the ink more appeals to me. It feels very nice to write. It's glidey, where the sepia and the alt gold green didn't have that same feel. But I've yet to try them in a broad nib, or my 1 point. I've tried them in broad, I think, but the 1.1 might be a game changer. So all of these inks are nice, though. I think it's fun, all the good selections that we have out there to play around with. So that's all for today. Thanks for joining me for this little unboxing and the fun trial. I'll just take it out to say goodbye. He's hiding the little Charlie pen. That's just such a cool deal to get this all in one deal and very reasonably priced. You can go to Goulet Pens and look up the Heart of Darkness for more information. I'm sorry I don't have that with me now. I should have. I keep forgetting that the invoice doesn't have the prices. So anyway, that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.